Okay, liberals, I'm here today to kind of explain guns a little bit, how they work. You know, sometimes I understand when you don't understand something, you can tend to hate it. It tends to scare you. So I'm going to try to make it a little easier for you. This here particular gun is a Glock 21 45 Auto ACP. Now, how this gun works is you got your magazine. This is your mag release. Okay, this is your magazine. This particular magazine holds 13 rounds. Okay, and this here is the projectile that's fired from this gun. Okay, I want you to notice in the middle you see that little silver thing in there. Okay, that's your primer. What that does is the firing pin inside this gun. You can't see it, you know. Show you it's not loaded, because with gun ownership comes responsibility. You don't want to hurt yourself or others. Okay, you got your firing pin in here. When the trigger is pulled, hear that click? That's your fire pin. It goes forward, makes contact with the primer, which is a little silver thing right there. Okay, what that primer does is it sets out a spark, and inside this brass casing here is gunpowder. Well, that spark ignites the gunpowder. The gunpowder explodes. You got heat, expanding gases and stuff like that, and pressure, and it takes the path of least resistance. So it pushes this tip here, which is the bullet. It sends it downrange into the target, okay, leaving this brass casing behind. All right, okay, and that's basically how all guns work. Now that you know how this gun works, I also want to show you something. I can place this gun on a table right there, okay, and it doesn't move. And notice, I want you to notice, it doesn't have a brain. There's no legs on there. It's not going to get up off the table, walk across the table, jump off the table, and walk down to your local school and start shooting up kids. It just doesn't work that way. Now, in order for that to happen, someone has to pick up this gun, and they have to go to a school, and they need to start pointing out people and just shooting at random, okay? Now, that takes a special kind of individual, and you and I both know that the scenarios on all these school shootings was psychotropic drugs in a gun-free zone and a mentally challenged individual. Me personally, I am not a criminal. I have taken my gun safety courses, my concealed carry classes. I've been background checked by the ATF and the FBI. I've went down and got my fingerprints taken. They're all in a database, and I paid for all this. I paid pretty good money to get all that taken away. I mean, get all that put into play. My constitutional right is I have the right to bear arms, but they seem to want to take that right away from me and give it back to me in the form of a permit. And basically, I feel that's what the liberal agenda is they want to take this gun away from me. Well, what this gun does is it helps me be on a level playing field with the criminal. Someone comes in my house, they want to hurt my children, my wife, myself, whatever, friends, family, you know, it puts me on a level playing field with them. Because without this gun, I'm basically cowering in the corner, pissing my pants, and begging for my life. But that's not my mentality. My mentality is I'm going to go out, get a gun, I'm going to get pissed, and I'm going to save my life. I also would like you to notice that in every scenario of these school shootings, it's always 1, in a gun-free zone, 2, the individual doing the shooting is on psychotropic drugs, and 3, that individual most of the time is mentally challenged in some way or another. I also want to throw a fact to you that back in the 1970s, psychotropic drugs were basically not allowed to pass through Congress because they caused psychotic breaks. Now I say psychotropic drugs, aka antidepressant medications, they hand them out like candy now. If you got a problem, oh, feeling a little depressed, doctors are handing them out like candy. Well, if you actually take the time to read the flyer on these medications, it will tell you it will cause psychotic breaks. It can cause you to hurt yourself and others. Okay? Those are just facts that we really need to look at. Alright? Gun-free zones have got to go. We have got to start arming these teachers or the janitor or appoint somebody to carry these guns that have been through background checks. That way they can protect our children in case an evil person shows up to take their lives. Here's another fun fact for you. Psychotropic drugs are literally a derivative of LSD, which a lot of you probably know what LSD is. It's a psychotropic drug. It alters the mind, causes people to have bad trips, whatever. Okay? I just want to ask you, if me as a gun owner, I am not allowed to conceal and carry my drug when I've been drinking because alcohol is a mind-altering drug, marijuana, cocaine, any kind of drug like that, then why would I be allowed to buy or have a gun on me while under the influence of a drug whose main purpose is to alter the mind? And another fact for you. Actually, school shootings have gone down. In the 1990s, 4 times as many children were killed in school shootings than present day. So I thought I'd just run those facts by you. You feel free to look them up and investigate it for yourself. It is our Second Amendment right as Americans to bear arms. The Second Amendment isn't for hunting turkeys and deer. It's actually to help protect us from tyrannical government. So, for some reason, people seem to think bad guy goes into school and shoots up people, they want to go ahead and take the guns away from everybody. That is not the answer. That is not the answer at all. In fact, that's downright crazy. Okay? Because, like I said in the beginning, the gun puts you on an even playing field with the criminal. So I suggest you all go out, buy you a gun, practice your Second Amendment right, get you a box of shells and friends, go down to the local gun range, shoot some targets. You might find it fun. It's just like shooting darts, except you're not throwing a dart, you're pulling a trigger. Okay? This gun right here takes an evil man to do evil. And no matter how many laws that you make, it's not going to change evil. Evil will always find a way to show its ugly head. So, y'all really need to start looking at things in a different way. And the problem, the solution to our problem is very easy. We have got to start arming people to protect our children, because the criminal will always have a gun. So that's basically what I wanted to say today. I hope it helped you out. Maybe you understand how a gun works. But it is the human mind that has to manipulate this gun. And as you seen the whole time, this gun was sitting here, it didn't move until I moved it. Me as an individual, I would be responsible for moving that gun. Just like the individual that pulls that trigger, no matter if he's shooting at a child or a target downrange, that's him manipulating that gun. It's not the gun that's bad. It's the people using the gun is either bad or they're a good person. So, I hope that helped you. Like I say, read your Constitution. Get to know your rights. You know, there's 5 rights alone in the First Amendment. Can you name me one of them? Okay? That's the reason why America is free. It's because of guns. Back in 1700s, the British Army, the largest military in the world, they said they were going to take our guns away from us. Well, that's how America was formed. People got mad. They said, no, you're not taking our rights away from us. The right to protect our family, friends, what have you. And we stood up against the largest military on the planet at the time, which was the British Empire, and we kicked their butt, and America was formed. The Second Amendment is not only your right, it protects all other rights. And let me ask you this, without rights, what are you? You're a slave. Exactly. So, you need to start looking at things a little differently, and come on over to the side of America, because that's what we're all about. And we can settle this school shooting problem, but you got to give us a chance. All right, over and out. Have a good day. Bye.